I do want to. We talk a little bit about, and it was mentioned in your book. You know, when certain things happen in our community, what we love to do, we love to get out and ride. Mm-hmm. You know, we love to get out and protest and all these things here.
Yes, sir.
And still no change. We'll go back to the same thing.
No doubt.
Can you elaborate? Because you talked about it in your book. You talked about it in your book.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that? And, you know, your philosophy, what you think about that, what your belief is.
Yes, sir. Well, if I could do myself a service right now, I'm finna just flip to exactly what you're talking about.
I know.
That'll probably help it because I can't even repeat it because it was a heartfelt.
Let me read it and let me see if I can.
There you go. There you go. Because I mentioned Trayvon and all these young brothers, and I know what happened afterwards.
You talked about all the brothers. You said we take to the streets and march, protest, riot, loot, beg for and demand justice. But in the end, we received nothing, and nothing really changed.
Absolutely.
All the while, a much bigger problem gets overshadowed and oftentimes totally ignored.
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe that bigger problem is?
That is what they've coined to be black on black violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black on black violence is the same as white on white violence or Chinese on Chinese violence because crimes are committed in proximity.
Mm-hmm.
If I live amongst mostly black people and I'm a killer, I'm probably going to kill black people.
Right.
If I'm a white person, I live amongst mostly white people and I'm a killer, I'm probably going to kill white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not saying black on black violence is not a thing, but it's not a thing as they would say it. That's just tribal. We've always been like that. However, right now we've split up into tribes and I've identified with everybody that looks like me.
Mm-hmm.
So no longer is he Israelite or he's Canaanite or these are just brothers, right? If I get outraged because I watched the white guy, I can't think of his name, stand on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, I was horrified.
Mm-hmm.
Like it did something to my spirit. That's expected though. I've seen worse images than that. I've seen y'all put them on a tree and skin them. Like it's pictures from back in the day. It says circa 48 on it at the bottom. And it shows you this was serious. So this is known behavior from this particular group of people. So I shouldn't be as shocked or outraged as when a person has been given power to exercise unlimited authority over people who he's deemed to be the criminal element. And he's also has a personal fear of. He killed one of us. I'm going to go break some windows. I'm so mad.
Mm-hmm.
I should be madder when dude who I went to school with.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to school with you. You beefing because we stay 2-3 streets apart and my little dude Larry is messing with your girl. And you done pulled around here and shot up this street, hit somebody. But not only that, nigga, you scared Miss Linda then.
Right.
I'm pissed.
Heart attack. She
don't deserve that. She done been retired. She don't deserve to hear none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I get real mad when that happens. I don't get as mad when a white man killed one of us.
Unfortunately, it's expected.
Yeah, I don't get as I don't let you play that with me because you putting it on TV over and over and over and over and over and over again to show me my place. And I see you, boss. I see you because you didn't start showing me that until Barack Obama got elected. You didn't show me them images constantly on the TV until Barack Obama got elected. That was psychological warfare. You niggas think y'all free? Because he's the president? Boy, watch this. And they open it up on us. And then you get to old Donnie. Now we can show you how the rest of us feel. We already showed you how the law enforcement authorities feel. Why Barack we doing stuff to y'all that he should have dang on stepped up and said, hey, man, enough of that. He couldn't. He didn't. He wouldn't. And I ain't knocking it, brother, because I understand the position that you're in. Right. Sorry to be you. Sucks to be you. You will always be isolated from your people from now on. Being a president was probably the dumbest thing you could have done because you're so smooth and swaggy.
Yeah.
I like you. He could be right here with us right now. I'd be totally, but he can never do that again. Plus, I mean, just this side note, this is something I always taught when I taught inside the box because I teach political science to him the best way I understand it. But I told him, I said, Barack Obama was not one of us. He don't have a single drop of slave blood running through his veins. I mean, his DNA don't pump like ours. His father was a bona fide African who was sent over here to do in the educational exchange program. So that means he was very gifted intellectually And something about his connections made him be able to do something that most Africans can't even eat in certain places they come from. But I go back now and see his same family members in that same village. But your daddy thrust out, got some lady pregnant. She was white. So that was cool on they have. You don't have slave blood. So you don't have an auntie that can say, get them, baby. You know what they had did to your Uncle Earl and them back in? Get them. You can't say that. His experience is different. Us is a great place because my father came from poverty and he made it out. I went to Hawaii and I went to... So you just got excuses. Not the same, bro. Not the same as if one of us had got in there. Because one of us, we'd have did something.
I can see it, but I didn't experience it.
Yeah, so that's the difference. So one thing that I do, and I said, this is what I put on here. I said, knowledge what I'm saying for and about the young black male, because a lot of women, they don't understand that boy only turned 12. Because his hormones kick in. And you used to be his best friend. He was a mama's boy. Everybody know him. You see the boy 11, like, boy, let that boy go, girl. And as soon as he turned 12, all you do is think. He starts to not be her best friend now because now, boy, this little thing done got Woody 13, one time. Boom. 14, he gone. It's a wrap. You better be done because 0 to 7, that's your developmental years. You're going to be who you are by the time you're 7, we can see it. 7 to 14, you either get to further it or correct it. When he's 14, wrap. It's in here. I watched all my siblings go through this. When my father was on drugs, he stole my money. I say, this is okay. But I love him so much. I keep giving it to him. I said, watch him when he turn 14. Then my little brother turned 14. Hey, man, listen, that dude, I'm done. There it is. And then it happened 3 more times. It's not just boys, it's girls too, right in that same age range. That's something important. And so I harp on that stage where I tell single mothers, get the book first. You read the book. Even if you're not single, because some of these dudes, they go work all day and they come home and they pay the bills, and they go to bed and they get up and they go to work and they come home and they pay the bills. But the woman is responsible for the upkeep of the house and the discipline. So you need to learn what you're dealing with. You need to learn why he's bucking. Why do he feel the way he feels? Why is he so angry? Maybe because you have been with 5 or 6 and he liked guy number 2.
Mm-hmm. But he gone.
Yeah, because you keep tripping. You know what I'm saying? So man, so much in my program, man, when I finally got to dig in with this book with parents and children together, so many women had to face the mirror and say, dang, I ain't as good as a mom as I thought, Mr. Shane. Yeah, you are. But you was only doing what you knew. That's why we parent. This is part of the program. You have to do this because we need to parent your child. I'm with him most of the time. I'm his male influence. He loved me to death. I could call him and tell him to jump up and down on one leg at school. He gonna do it. Because he respect me that much. Now me and you got to be on the same page. You can't take the hinge off his door. He got an 8-year-old sister and she could just keep coming in his room all day irritated. Then when he push her down, you want to call me, put the hinges on this door. You know what I'm saying? So it's just understanding about us.
Talk about being destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, we're not getting rid. We spiritual. Just there, we're spiritual in this conversation. So it's not religion because religion misses the point.
Absolutely.
Spirituality. See, that's when you destroy for that lack of knowledge. I'm not trying to take you to church. See, that's where the truth lives. That's what the answer is in the knowledge.
No doubt.
And when the knowledge is not there, you can't figure it out. But the oppressor is fully aware of it. And when you mess up, they're there to stop and lock and change.
See, we see destruction like we've been taught to believe, like the atom bomb. That's destruction, instantaneous. Car accident, it just destroyed the car. That's instantaneous. Some destruction is slow, like diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like some things just happen very slowly, and it'll be okay. And then you look up, you gotta get your foot cut off, and now Big Mama don't got no toes on. You like, Mom, I told you. Well, I didn't know, baby. Destruction because she didn't have the knowledge that this is what happens if you keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. And that's what we're going through. And then every time we get to the point where we're about to demand change from each other, they pacify us with something. And it's easy. And I watch it over and over. That's why I'm so fully, I'm not quick to mingle with the higher ups no more. I'm all right. I want to be, and I'll remain for the rest of my days. I'm going to be as grassroots on the ground with the people as I humanly can. Because when stuff starts getting up in the air, like I spoke about this the other day, it's a key word out here, diversity and inclusion. Right? That's like they coining it. They running with that right now ever since the pandemic, because it's known now that things ain't fair. Boy, been known. This ain't new, right? But now here's the key catchphrase. So whenever they want to fix something, they put a little money behind it. So it's a lot of money right now, and people going to teach other big corporations about diversity and inclusion. But the person that y'all seeing, and she can't even come to the ghetto no more. The person that y'all trying to go up and talk about how diversity and inclusion feel is treating lower class Black people worse than what y'all treat her, because she done made it to the middle class, or he done made it to the middle class. So while we begging for diversity and inclusion in that regard, I always compare it back to MLK. That was his big agenda, was diversity and inclusion. That's what he wanted. I need us to be included. I need us to be able to get I need to sit with you, boss, and eat with you, boss. Cool. What happened as a result of that was all the mom and pop stores suffered. Black unity suffered. Right. Formation of what you call mega churches now. All these things are a result of diversity and inclusion, because all things are not to be diversified or included.
The black banks and black insurance companies disappeared.
Thank you. Like what we have, it shouldn't have been diversified. Yeah. Shouldn't have been inclusive. Yeah. I want to know, did God really say do that? Because some of that stuff that I read with this brother, and I ain't going to knock it. We talk later on our own on that. I did a whole investigation on the brother. And you did some foolishness, because James and Peter, see, Peter was supposed to be the rock the foundation church was built on. James is his brother. And y'all was beefing so hard that you wouldn't even come and see it. Yeah. And so you went and taught just this trick knowledge, just to me. However, I will say this in his defense. He bona fide, certified one of us. He was educated amongst them. So he's like a very, very, very intelligent one of us who decided to start him. He's TD Jakes. That's all he was. But in his writings, very profound stuff. But you will always catch something, to me. This is just my opinion. You said we ain't going spiritual. This ain't y'all's comment. This is mine. You would put us in a situation where you somehow led us away from the Most High. Because you made me do something that he told me very specifically not to do. Two things. You said, don't have an idol and never put another God before me. You turned Yeshua into God. Paul did. He wasn't God. He was his son. He was him blown in flesh. Go do a service. And that's what I expect of you. You made us worship him. That's bad to me.
That's religion.
That's horrible, because that's how they get us. Just like I looked on the counter one day and I was looking up.
Most people can see what you just said.
I know
that's divine. That's divine, and people miss that. Man, we're not talking. We'll
get on that another time. But I want us to talk about that amongst ourselves.
About truth, though.
Yes, sir.
That's part of truth, because
our hammers at it.
You know, when you think about, and we ain't have to get into it, but what you just mentioned, most people think we're Gentiles. I know, and a part of that is they feel like they fit in the category that they should be doing X, Y, Z.
Absolutely. And so what they diminish their spiritual power. I'm under a covenant with God. You're under a covenant with God. You're under a covenant with God. It's not breakable. It's forevermore. And it's not. So now when I go see what was the rules of our covenant, Lord, I see them. What's the penalty for me breaking that covenant, Lord? I see it. When you go to the further and you go up into the Pharisees and the Sadducees, I mean, when you get to that age where you get up into the Gentiles and Ephesians and Philippians and all these things, these were brand new churches created by bro. Yeah. And bro went around and ministered and nursed those churches because bro couldn't go back. He had made it to the Sanhedrin. He had made it onto the council. But once you went away and then Yeshua, made this real strong move, you come back and you hear like, what? I'm about to get down on you. You got Stephen stoned. You got Stephen stoned, bro. So then on your road to Damascus, didn't nothing profound happen? Let me stop, man.
No, but we're talking about what I want to share, though.
Let me stop, man.
We're still talking about truth, and change. We talk about it.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about Hosea 4:6,
yes, sir.
Our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
The real knowledge.
Since I lack knowledge, I will also forget your children. Period. So when we're talking about our youth, we have to bring that information and knowledge back to our youth. Because without that information and knowledge, they're destroyed.
Period. Can't go to the church without the Bible.
No doubt.
It's like most church, you go to churches, but are you It's the Bible is there, but are you actually reading it and applying it?
Nah,
see, you go in there, you look, it's like we unfortunately been educated that we know we're in that book that we have to be saved.
But we grafted in. We grafted. Well, you know, it's a new style of preaching.
But that's not what the book says.
You know, they got a new style of preaching. The inspired word of God don't take no notes, no writing, because you a fully studied person. And that if you got the audacity to call yourself my leader, and you got to refer to the Bible to come up with a sermon, that's a disgrace to me. What you should have is a note card with a couple points and the verses that coincide with them. That's about it. Because the moment that you open up that word and you read that out loud and you about to expound on that, you can pretty much close it, because now all of it's going to come out of you. Right? I go up to this church a couple of times, right? And it's so choreographed because you can do it twice the same way. How you got an 8 o'clock service and a 10:30 service, you say the same thing, exact same thing in 2 services, bro. That means it's not spiritually led. Right. You're a professor of a theology that you've been taught at seminary school. I'm not going to seminary school, and I don't knock nobody who been. But if the Most High God gonna if he raises up his from birth, Isaiah and Jeremiah, these dudes didn't want to be prophets. Moses, bro, I can't even talk. Those are the ones, not the learned ones, not them guys. It'd be the ones that the despised ones, the Davids. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is look. It's not T.D. Jakes and them, not the Pharisees and the Sadducees and dignity. It's not them. It's us. And that's what I, Shane Shepherd, I want to help all of us. I don't know how that happens. I just be praying God to use me in whatever way. That's why I jumped from, because something like I learned this. Everything ain't for everybody. But if you put enough things out there, everybody can get something. And we need to figure out what is the spark that's going to make somebody other than us mad. You dig what I'm saying? Like, when are y'all going to get upset and say enough's enough?
On that note there, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come right back.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm an enrolled agent with Scott & Associates accounting firm. As you can see, we work diligently for our clients, making sure that all of their tax and accounting needs are met. Come take a walk with me.
At Scott & Associates, we pride ourselves in providing exceptional service to our clients. We firmly stand behind all of the work that we do. However, we have also put measures in place to protect our clients should something ever go wrong.
To schedule a tax appointment for your business or personal need, text or call us today at 321-754-1360. And remember, you can always count on Scott.
Thank you again for tuning into Live Talk. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Live Talk Orlando. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want to join the show? Email us at livetalkorl@gmail.com. You can also visit our website at www.livetalkorl.com. You can also follow the host on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Author Jeremiah. Make sure to visit the website JeremiahIsrael.com and pick up your copy of The Spiritual Significance of a Name. All right, welcome back to Live Talk. Again, we are here with author, community leader, and mentor, Shane Shepherd. And again, it's a pleasure having you on the show. you come highly recommended as a teacher. And, we're happy to have it. I wish we had the clip that we can show. But we don't have it now, but we will have it coming up in our next show, because you're going to be here with us. You're going to come back with us.
Hope I'll be like a regular. Get me on the third Sunday.
There's so many questions I have that ask about your book and for you to share. So I got a list of stuff.
Well, next time, get questions and just say, all right, just answer the question I asked. You don't want to tell me nothing else.
No, but that's good, though. That's good. People need to know the information because it validates who you are. And it gives you that validation to be able to write about the subject you're writing about. So that's a great thing, So we come at that hour where we get ready to close out, and I'm gonna let you close out first, brothers. Share with us about the books and everything, and how people can follow you and find you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Again, thanks for having me. But you can go to Hard Part Publishing, HARDPART Publishing.com. And if you go there, you will see part 1. That's a novel series that's written about my life, as well as part 2. And then you also Truth and Change is on that same website, hardpartpublishing.com. If you purchase any one book that's physical off the website today, I will give you the ebook of its counterpart for free. And that'll just get us connected. I can get you into my book club. I really haven't been doing social media yet. I'm relaunching those things. I'm in the process of rebranding. All those things that drop April the 15th. And at that point, I'll probably be back to tell the brothers where I can be followed, the things that I got going on and the missions and the things that I'll be doing in and around Central Florida, man. So I appreciate it. Anybody who has any questions, concerns, you can look me up right now. I do have a social media here. It's called Solar Shane. I'm in the solar industry. Another thing about that, too, is right away, I'm a manager at the company I work for. And I have immediate positions that I can hire for people who can actually make up to minimum $1,000 up to $4,000 weekly. So it just depends on if you're serious. If I'm going to be your personal manager, so as you done heard, I'm serious about time, punctuality, respect. Then if I'm trying to put the type of money in your pocket where you can make $1,000 to $4,000 guaranteed each week, then you need to be serious about your commitment. If you're serious and I be serious, and you can be in between 18 and I guess 50. I feel like you can get out and do it. But that's male, female. Male, female. Just, reach out to the brothers and they'll link us up and I'll try to put you in, because one thing about me, man, nothing can happen without finances. And I see a lot of on the back of your book. I just said, bro, I done met the right guy. Finances are very important. And so I just want to help people, stimulate their brain. And if I can help stimulate your pocket, we can do that too.
We'll make sure that information is on our Facebook page and we'll Instagram as well. And we'll make sure when this is put back out, it'll also be on there as well. So all your information will be available for anyone that's out there that's looking for the information to connect.
And look out for these brothers and myself. We're going to bring a really big name here pretty soon. I'm trying to figure out how the format we're going to do that. But we're going to talk about that and get that accomplished, man, where we can make that a community thing, man, and make that the start of something great, man. So be on the lookout for something big from this group, MOP, Men of Power. I'm going to be an honorary member here pretty soon. And we're going to make a lot of things happen, man.
Sir, we look forward to it, because it's like, and Shane's from Indianapolis, but he did a lot of great things there. Now that he's here with us here in Orlando, Florida, we've did some big things here, and we look forward to continuing. Because we have to, as our word of the day was change, we have to be the change that we want to see.
Absolutely.
So we definitely going to be inviting you back, because today we kind of just scratched the surface. So I look forward to coming back. It's like there was so many things in the book that we could talk about. We have to remember, the difference in how the male gets treated versus the female gets treated. But all of that's in the book. But we really talking about making serious changes, and we're bringing part of this platform is to connect with people that can be serious about making a change. So we look forward to doing that right here in the near future.
No doubt.
All right. And I want to thank you again, my brother, for coming on. It's a pleasure having you on as another author. We got to talk about those 40 principles too, right?
Yes, sir.
So you got so much that we're gonna have to talk about. So I'm just happy that you're here and that you'll be able to come back on to the show with us. So I thank you for that. And then as far as for our listening audience and our viewing audience, we thank you for tuning in to the show. And from the host, Peace and Prosperity, and from Live Talk, we're out.